Clostridium difficile, I want you to remember C, C, C. C is for CCF agar, C is for colitis, C is for antibiotics, which can be clindamycin, cephalosporin, clindamycin and cephalosporin, clindamycin, cephalosporin. So C, 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 that is for Clostridium difficile. Okay. The next one is Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Corynebacterium diphtheriae means LSS media and potassium tellurite agar is used. LSS is Loeffler serum slope. Loeffler serum slope, because they can ask directly about Loeffler serum slope. If that time, if you don't know the complete form of LSS, you might be struck up. So LSS media, potassium tellurate agar, short form of potassium tellurate agar is KTA or PTA. PTA agar. Okay. Okay, fine. So cuneiform arrangement is seen and it causes diphtheria, Corynebacterium diphtheria. So Corynebacterium diphtheria, Corynebacterium diphtheria is first of all Chinese letter pattern or club shaped. It is club shaped, Chinese letter like, cuneiform arrangement, okay, CCC. These three C are very important. Okay. Next is Listeria. So Listeria means Muller-Hinton agar. Listeria means gray-green colonies with black precipitate. Listeria means meningitis in kidney transplant patient and also cause listeriosis. Now Listeria causes a lot of things, but first point I want you to remember, Listeria grows at 4 degrees Celsius. That is very important. And Listeria has something called tumbling motility. That is very important. We'll be seeing about that anyway. So tumbling motility is seen in Listeria. Tumbling motility is seen in Listeria. Grows at 4 degrees Celsius is Listeria. So Listeria grows at 4 degrees Celsius. Muller-Hinton agar is used. Gray-green colonies with black precipitate is seen. Meningitis in kidney transplant patient. Listeria can also cause food poisoning. Listeria can cause meningitis. Listeria can cause chorioamnionitis. So meningitis and chorioamnionitis is something you must remember. Meningitis and chorioamnionitis is something you must remember. Okay, so for remembering all of them, Listeria, remember it as a guy who is holding a tumbler in his hand, which has a frozen or cold water which is of 4 degrees Celsius. And this guy, this girl is pregnant. So chorioamnionitis, stillbirth, abortion, all those risks is there in Listeria. This is a girl. She is having meningitis also. Her kidney is recently transplanted. So kidney is gone, recently transplanted. Kidney transplant patient with meningitis. Listeria. Listeria can also cause neonatal meningitis. It can affect the mother, it can affect the child as well. Neonatal meningitis. So this Listeria is usually found in fish or milk or meat. So fish or milk, uncooked raw milk or fish. Okay, remember this woman is having a dress which is of green color. So green color dress, she is wearing a green color dress. Okay, so gray-green colonies with black precipitate. Gray-green colonies with black precipitate. At least you must remember green colonies. Okay. Okay, that is it about Listeria. I hope this picture is clear. Then the next one is Nocardia. So Nocardia means bactet broth, blood agar, chocolate agar, beaded appearance, powdery appearance, nocardiosis. It causes something called nocardiosis. So bacterial broth, blood agar, beaded appearance. So nocardia means B, B, B. Okay, beaded appearance, bacterial broth, and blood agar. So these three B you must remember. Okay, along with that powdery appearance. Next is actinomycetes. Actinomycetes means S, you must remember. Sinus swelling sulfur granules. Sulfur granules, spidery colonies, that is also there. Spidery colonies, sinus swelling sulfur granules, and spidery colonies. So these are important. And one more S I will add here, that is for soy agar. Soy agar. So 5S you are going to remember for actinomycetes. Sinus swelling sulfur granule, spidery colonies, and soy agar. Along with that, polymyxin B is something that you must remember. Polymyxin B, powdery white colonies. Okay, polymyxin B and powdery white colonies. Next is Neisseria meningitidis. Next is Neisseria meningitidis. Muller-Hinton agar, Thayer-Martin media is used. It is lens-shaped and capsulated. It causes meningitis. Complication is Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. So contrast with meningitis is gonorrhea. Both are Neisseria infections. Thayer-Martin media, modified New York agar is used. Kidney-shaped. It causes gonorrhea, urethritis, neonatal conjunctivitis, water can perineum, Fitzhugh-Curtis syndrome, and septic arthritis. So for this comparing contrast of Neisseria meningitidis and Neisseria gonorrhea, you might require a picture. Okay, so for this you might require a picture. So Neisseria meningitidis, this is meningitis, this is gonorrhea. Meningitis is like a lens shaped, gonorrhea is like a kidney shaped. That is first thing. Meningitis has a capsule, gonorrhea does not have a capsule. Okay, that is the second point that you need to remember. So both of them has something in common, that is Thayer-Martin media. So this guy name is Martin, this guy name is also Martin. So Thayer-Martin media, you can remember like this. Let it be meningitis or gonorrhea. So where it differs is Muller-Hinton agar is for meningitis, and modified New York agar is for Neisseria. So you must remember this Martin, from gonorrhea is from New York. So this Martin is from New York. So gonorrhea, Martin, New York. So this point you must remember. So you can picturize this person, Martin, that is gonorrhea. I'm just going to draw the gonorrhea guy. I'm just going to draw the gonorrhea guy. This guy's face looks like a kidney. So you can imagine a kidney. This guy is kidney shaped. This kidney shaped guy is from New York. So I'm drawing a buildings nearby. So this guy is from New York City. Now this guy is holding a water can in his hand. This guy is holding a water can in his hand. There's a water can in his hand, and he's meeting a person. He's shaking his hand with a person. He's meeting a person whose name is he's meeting a person whose name is some X. So what he's trying to do is he's showing some courtesy. He's showing some courtesy. So fits her Curtis syndrome. So courtesy stands for Curtis syndrome. Okay, for courtesy. So he is shaking hands. We know we are in COVID crisis. So shaking hands will lead to infection. So septic arthritis infection. So urethritis infection. After shaking hands, if he goes and pass urine, he is going to get infected. So urethritis, septic arthritis, the bones will be affected, septic arthritis. Okay, he will take his hand to his face. So conjunctivitis can be there. Or if he touches the face of a baby, neonatal conjunctivitis. So conjunctivitis, everything. So you need to remember water can perineum, courtesy, that is Curtis syndrome. He's shaking hand, that is going to cause infection, septic arthritis and urethritis. While passing urine, he'll get urethritis. He's kidney shaped person. He does not wear a cap. There is no cap for him. So this picture you must remember. He's from New York. So modified New York agar. Modified New York agar. Okay. Am I clear here? Everyone? Very good. So till now, all the points we saw with some memorizing aids. So you must not make mistake in any of these MCQs. Then we go to the next one. That is E. coli, Escherichia coli. Very important one, E. coli. So E. coli usually has 5 types. I did not show here. So that is toxigenic type, toxigenic, that causes traveler's diarrhea, Okay. This is where you must focus on your exam. Toxigenic traveler's diarrhea. Then hemorrhagic type, that is going to cause hemolytic uremic syndrome. Hemorrhagic type, that is hemolytic uremic syndrome. That is the second place you are going to focus. Hemolytic uremic syndrome. Infective type, that is going to cause infection or inflammation. This is invasive. Okay. Invasive type, that is going to cause either infection or inflammation. So you can see the infections here: sepsis, meningitis, pneumonia. So infection type. Aggregative type, that is going to cause diarrhea. That's going to cause diarrhea. ETEC, EHEC, EIEC, EAEC. Aggregative, invasive, hemolytic uremic syndrome, that is H, hemorrhagic type. T for traveler's diarrhea, toxigenic type. So these are highly important. Okay, so you must focus on them. So here if you see SMAC media is used and McConkey broth is used, it shows again pink colony and stacked brick appearance. So stacked brick appearance comes in aggregative type. That's why I told these types. Aggregative type means stacked brick appearance, which means in your intestines, E. coli goes and stacks in one place. That is stacked brick appearance. So you can remember that way. Then pink colonies are seen. Then SMAC media, McConkey broth. So diseases I already said. Main disease you need to focus is hemolytic uremic syndrome and meningitis. These two are the main symptoms that you need to see. Okay, and UTI in young female is because of Escherichia coli. UTI in young female, you have to think of E. coli most of the times. E. coli. UTI in young female, married female, meningitis, and hemolytic uremic syndrome. These 3 points you must remember. So for E. coli, I'm not making any mnemonic. It's a vast topic. You must read everything. There is no skipping points in E. coli actually. Okay. Okay. So we will go to the next one. That is Salmonella typhi. So typhoid means, Salmonella typhi causes typhoid fever. So typhoid means the first point you have to remember is stepladder pattern fever. The fever will keep on spiking. Step ladder pattern fever, like you're going in a steps. Step ladder pattern fever. Okay. Typhoid means you have to remember rose spots. Rose spots in abdomen or chest is typhoid. So these 2 points is very important. Jet black colonies are formed in typhoid fever. Selenite broth, tetrathionate broth, selenite F broth, it is selenite F broth, tetrathionate broth, DCA media, HE agar, Wilson black media, buffered glycerol, saline is the transport media. So all these points are important. All these points are important. Okay, that is Salmonella typhi. Next, Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas means you have to remember King's media and Cetrimide agar, pearlescent appearance, musty smell, sepsis in burns patients, mainly sepsis in burns patient, and swimmer's ear endocarditis. So swimmer's ear, sepsis in burns patient. These 2 points you must remember. Pseudomonas, of course, is going to cause pneumonia. So at least these sepsis, burns patients, pneumonia, swimmer's ear. These 3 points are important. So Pseudomonas, pearlescent appearance, musty smell, King's media, Cetrimide agar. Okay, Shanghai fever, swimmer's ear, osteomyelitis, pneumonia, sepsis in burns patient, everything. So to make you memorize it, the best way is again a picture. So you must remember a king. You must remember a king who is holding his. A king is holding his scepter in his hand. So he's holding a scepter in his hand. So King's media and Cetrimide agar. Scepter means Cetrimide agar. King's media, Cetrimide agar. So king is wearing pearls. King is wearing pearls. So pearlescent appearance. The king is, the order he is getting is a musty order. So musty smell. Pearlescent appearance, musty smell. So these points you must remember. So what happens? He see a person who is getting burnt in front of him. He's using petrol on him and he is getting burnt in front of this king. This is the king of Shanghai. This is the king of Shanghai. So Shanghai fever. So this king sees a patient who is burning. So what he does, he kicks this person inside a swimming pool so that this person becomes all right. So the person falls in the swimming pool. So burns patient is going to get infected. So sepsis in burns patient jumps on the swimming pool. So swimmer's ear. For doing this, for kicking this person, this king is heartless. He's not feeling any emotion. So the heart is affected. That is endocarditis. Endocarditis. Okay. While seeing this person burning, the fire fell on the eyes of the king and it causes ulcer. That is corneal infection. It infected the cornea of the king. The corneal infection he got because of the burns. He is getting corneal infection. So corneal infection, and the same burns is entering his lungs. So his lungs are affected again. So that is infection, that is pneumonia. The king is getting pneumonia. Okay. The burns are falling in his feet. So he kicked the person, right? So here the burns has destroyed his bones. So bones are destroyed. That is osteomyelitis. So the bones are destroyed. The lungs are destroyed. The eyes are destroyed. The person who is on burns, he's finally in the swimming pool. So swimmer's ear. Okay, swimmer's ear. Burns in sepsis patient. Pneumonia for the king. Bones are gone. Osteomyelitis. He is heartless. The king is heartless. So endocarditis. The king is holding a scepter, that is Cetrimide agar. He is a king. So king's media. He is wearing pearls, that is pearlescent appearance. And the king is smelling like musty smell. So all these picture will help for cracking all the MCQs that is coming from Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas is a vast topic, but if you remember these points, you can easily crack this MCQ. Am I clear here? Very good. Okay. So we'll continue further. So this picture you should never forget. Then the next is Shigella. Shigella means it causes bacillary dysentery and hemolytic uremic syndrome. So Sachs buffer media is used, DCA agar is used, HE agar is used, McConkey agar is used. Pale yellow colonies are produced. So Shigella, actually, you need to remember all these colonies and you need to remember all these points. But first point I want you to remember, Shigella means you must remember bacillary dysentery, because that is most commonly asked MCQ.